Thank you, Doug. Good morning, everyone. It's a good day to be here in right on the border of the Langleys and Surrey. This is a very important, beautiful area. The temperature is perfect. I just flew in from Ottawa last night. It's sunny there, but it's hot and muggy. And the temperature is perfect here. As Doug said, this is one of the most beautiful parts of the world. And I was very happy to see some of you rode your bicycles here onto the overpass and to be able to enjoy this beautiful day. On behalf of my colleague, Minister Raitt, I'm pleased to join you to mark the completion of three important projects here along the Roberts Bank Rail Corridor. I also want to acknowledge former Mayor and now Minister Peter Fassbender, and both the councils of the Township of Langley and the City of Langley and Surrey. Also, I see we've got the Chamber here and Port Metro Vancouver, and so anyway, thank you all for being here. Each of the three projects is a result of significant cooperation and partnership between governments, public and private sector, organizations that will make a big difference to the people of the BC's lower mainland as well as to the broader communities in the region. Each of these projects shows the power of collaboration, engagement, and public-private partnership in achieving a common goal. In this case, the planning, the funding, and the construction of the three new road rail overpasses over the Canadian Pacific Railway mainline. The three overpasses are, as Doug said, on 54 Avenue, 196th Street, and 232nd Street. These projects will eliminate three at-grade rail crossings, which will help ease road traffic congestion in the region and strengthen the safety for people that are traveling through the communities of Langley and Surrey. These projects will also improve the efficiency and capacity of the transportation system and facilitate trade and increase the competitiveness of Canadian companies operating in the Asia-Pacific Gateway region. They will also enhance the quality of life for people living in this region. And that's why our government has invested more than $30 million in these projects from the Asia-Pacific Gateway and Corridor Transportation Infrastructure Fund. The 70-kilometer Roberts Bank Rail Corridor connects Deltaport Terminal at Roberts Bank in Delta, British Columbia, with the rest of the North American rail network. As such, it's a critical link between the Canadian industry and the Asia-Pacific economies. Just contemplate that for a moment. The link, this is the link, the gateway from Canadian industry to the Asia-Pacific market. These projects have all been completed on time and on budget. It did take a while, but it's on time and on budget. As I noted earlier, the government's support for these new overpasses comes from the East Pacific Gateway Corridor Initiative. This initiative was launched in 2006 to strengthen global supply chains between North America and Asia by supporting the development of a seamless network of seaports, airports, rail, roadways, and border crossings. To date, our government has invested some $1.4 billion in the Asia-Pacific Gateway projects in partnership with all four Western provinces, municipalities, and the private sector. This investment doesn't just have local benefits. It also will help the economy for the entire country by enhancing trade routes and supply chains to important international markets. I'd also like to take a moment to highlight another federal investment initiative that will benefit this region. World-class infrastructure is the backbone to our country's economic productivity. And that's why our government is committed to investing in Canada's infrastructure through the new Building Canada Plan. It's the largest and longest federal infrastructure plan in our nation's history. And we'll see the Government of Canada invest $53 billion in infrastructure across the country in the next 10 years. Our government understands the positive impact that quality infrastructure has on economic growth, on job creation, and long-term prosperity for all Canadians. And that's why our federal investment in infrastructure has increased dramatically since 2011 insects to an all-time high now. So ladies and gentlemen, working with our partners, we've delivered on infrastructure projects that will improve the flow of local road and rail traffic. We were decreasing greenhouse gas emissions throughout British Columbia's Lower Mainland, and we're increasing Canada's competitiveness in the marketplace throughout the Asia-Pacific region. Joint incentives such as this support the government's economic goals to create jobs, to promote growth, and to support communities and families across Canada. So on behalf of Prime Minister Stephen Harper and Minister Raitt, I want to thank you for joining us today and congratulate our communities on this great success. Thank you so much.